Welcome to the SDA Housing Podcast, brought to you by NDIS Property Australia. Before starting this episode, we need to provide a general disclaimer. Information contained in this podcast is general in nature only. It does not take into account the objectives, financial situation, or needs of any particular person. You need to consider your financial situation and needs before making any decisions based on the information in this podcast. And you should consider seeking independent and professional advice for your personal circumstances. All right, let's begin.
Hello everyone, my name is Debbie from NDIS Property Australia, and you're listening to the SDA Housing Podcast, a show that explains, highlights, guides, and brings awareness about all things SDA in this ever-changing NDIS world. Today we have a repeat company, not a repeat speaker. We've got a brand new speaker from a company that you may remember from back in our early days of the podcast, July 2022. Infinite Automation. We had an episode back then with Colin Peterson talking about their game-changing automation products for SDA homes. And today we are thrilled to welcome Fenil Mangukiya, again from Infinite Automation, to talk us through, firstly, I guess, any upgrades to their systems and products and services, as well as just what's happening in the SDA housing world at this point and from the technology perspective. So welcome, Fenil.
Thank you, Debbie. Thrilled to be here on the
great
podcast
to
with
have
you.
you. And it was great to meet you at the SIL Summit, which was about a month ago now, wasn't it? 5 weeks ago down at the Gold Coast. Yeah, so we said we've got to do another podcast with you guys, find out where things are at in this ever-changing SDA world. So yeah, please firstly tell us, I guess, how you came to be part of Infinite Automation and what you do there, and then talk us through, what you're seeing. Well, firstly, any changes in the Infinite Automation products and how you are seeing them as being ever more beneficial to SDA properties and for investors and providers and everybody involved.
Yeah, awesome. Excellent. So, yeah, it has been a long way. We started in 2018 and I was one of the first ones. So I'm one of the co-founder of Infinite Automation. You have already met Colin, and Infinite Automation, we started off with a simple mantra of enabling people to have the premium quality, reliable automation system for their homes. Now we work on the mantra of simple, reliable, and affordable. So we truly are simple, reliable, and affordable in terms of what we do. And whatever we develop, whatever we manufacture, the ethos are in the center. And that is where Infinite Automation comes from. And our all technologies are local. So we develop and manufacture these products local. Yeah, so that's very, very, brief background of Infinite Automation. And I'm one of the co-founders, so associated with the company since day one.
Fantastic. Thanks, Fenil. So let's go back to July 22 when Min chatted with Colin about the products. Has there been much innovation, much changes in the products that you've now got in the market?
Yes, actually, it is hard for me to keep up with what we do. And I have to ask people that, oh, guys, how can we do, this kind of feature in that? Because the technology world constantly changes and we have to evolve with it. The system we have developed is super intuitive in terms of how person can use it. From the usability point of view, also, it updates itself. So if we bring out any new feature, any security patches to the products, everything comes to the customer for free. We don't charge for that. And there are no ongoing maintenance contract, or there are no, application subscription fees associated with that. So since 2022, I think we have launched 6 or 7 different types of products. We had, it was initial days. We did R&D locally here, and then, of course, COVID hit Melbourne. So we were pretty much locked down for a while, and the market was very slow here. And from there onwards, I believe that the journey has been amazing in our field. So we have launched dimmer, world's first 4-channel dimmer in our category. We have air conditioning control came out for single zones, dumb controllers, blind controls, alarm controls, panic buttons. It's fascinating. I can't still say everything that we have.
Yeah, well, I'm just going back on what on the episode description from the early days, and your technology products included lighting control, heating and cooling control, appliance and device control, smoke and CO2 detectors, door opener controls, door locks and latches. So I guess you've enhanced on those, but as you just ran through, there's been a lot more development in the technology, and I guess just in the tech itself.
Yeah, it's massive upgrade. Also, we not just the hardware innovation. We have software innovation. Just give you an example of a feature where at the night when you turn on the lights, many times what happens is it brightens and it disturbs many people's sleep. We have launched a feature called, again, tunable lighting or something. I forgot. Not tunable lighting, but it's a nighttime light or time-based brightness. Correct, time-based brightness. I'm sorry. As I mentioned, I even can't keep up with these features many times. So time-based brightness, what it does is at 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning, if you have set up, let's say in between this time, this light needs to turn on at 40% or 30%. It will turn on at that time. That's it. Again, at 8 o'clock, when you turn it on, it will be back to 100%. So there are many, many different type of innovation in terms of software as well. Our application and voice control system has enhanced massively. Speed has increased. Responsiveness is massive. We are launching, I believe, 6 or 7 new features to simplify the whole ecosystem for the person living in SDA homes. So when they are leaving the home, they can press one button and everything turns off, blinds closes. If they want to turn alarm on, they can turn alarm on. We have also a soft panic button. So what we are doing right now is when someone presses a button, no matter where they are, the home alarm panel will start ringing that something has gone wrong. Help me. So and also we will be integrating in a future. Other future pathway is brighter as well, where the person nominated will receive notification or the SMSs and things like that. We haven't developed that yet, but we are working towards it.
Have you found the new world of AI is helping you, assisting you in coming up with new ways to enhance your technology?
Our co-founder, he's just, he is maniac about AI. He's he has pushed through the AI to the, whole development teams, and he's constantly on top of that. When we talk about AI, like even Google is launching AI. So what we are looking to start with is using a hybrid AI and then implement our own sort of features and capabilities. I don't know the roadmap of AI right now, but definitely, as I mentioned, the system and ecosystem will constantly improve, and there is always features going to be released, and that is who Infinite Automation is. You don't need someone to come on site to update it. It will be automatically updated and maintained.
Fabulous. So just walk us quickly through how a system works. Actually, I went and had a look at a house this morning, in fact, in Brisbane. You set up very kindly a site visit for me to go and have a look at an SDA property that's just ready for handover, actually, that has had Infinite Automation technology installed. So just to run through people what they know of SDA, obviously you've got a HPS house, for example, has to have the provision for automation of doors and windows, etc. But they don't need to have the automation actually installed. So that's where you guys come in. You can provide the actual technology. So how does it work? We've got blinds, we've got doors, we've got lights. When I looked at it today, it's so simple, it's so seamless, and you wouldn't know it's there, but it just works so easily. So just explain very briefly how the system actually works if you've got some blinds and some lights and doors connected.
Sure. So Infinite Automation products are retrofit. So basically, you can't see them. We have developed these modules in a way. There are many, switch plates are there which can turn on lights on and off. You press a button, beams and things like that. But to maintain the aesthetics, apart from SDA, we are very good in mid to high-end homes as well. We do, 2 million and above homes, left, right, and center. Not just in Australia. We have presence in India. We are starting in Dubai, all over Australia, New Zealand, and we are looking to grow market in that segment as well. But when we talk about SDA, it's a very unique setup for people living in there. Now, automation is the biggest pain point right now in SDA homes. Developers are investing quite a lot of money to build these homes, and the competition has caught up now. So basically, I was in the National SDA Conference 2025, right? 43% vacancy rate, and Housing Hub was saying it will be 60%. So at least 1 in 2 houses will be vacant. Developers are working towards how to keep them, occupied. If it is not occupied, it's not worthwhile for anyone. No matter how much money you invest in the home, then if there is no participants in the home, then it's useless, and there is no return on investment.
Absolutely.
So where we come is what we have seen in our experience so far, that people or participants in the homes are much more advanced in using technology. They know how to use things. They have the tablets, they have voice control, and they use quite a lot more than us. So there are, when you want to differentiate the property, you keeping in the mind that there is a certain price point attached to it. You don't want to go overboard and make everything fancier, but you want to invest, let's say, $10,000-$15,000 and make it very attractive, and that return can come back in a month's time if the house is occupied, let's say, 1 month extra, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And
so anything to future-proof the property, as we've been talking about for years, and this is one of the top things that can be done.
Yeah, and future-proofing. So there are many recommendations and requirement in SDA guidelines to future-proof. Now, in future-proofing, even I have seen mistakes. Like, okay, we have a door openers. We just put the, PowerPoint there. Fair enough, it will work. There are RF door openers, but you need, if there is a cable already provision inside, you can use much better quality system, and it's not depend on battery or something, so they don't have to change it. It's reliable and it will work every single time. Then you can integrate with many different things. So what we do is we start from the holistic point of view of the home, not just from, cost point of view or the technology point of view, but from the people point of view, where there are multiple parties involved. One is participants, they are in the center. Second is SIL providers, and third is SDA providers. Now, when we set up the intercom system, what we do is we don't go for the cheapest. Usually what happens is cheapest is the most expensive in the long run and more risky. So you looked at the intercom system there, right? With the nice bright screen, it's a face recognition, it has a PIN code access, it has a QR code access, and good part is SDA provider can manage it remotely. So if there is a maintenance individual or maintenance person coming in the home, let's say to clean the glass, right? They give them a time-based QR code, and they can scan it and access it between that time. So there is not a permanent, key or access system there to invade the home, if that makes sense. And also, there is a stamps in the system that what time who came. So it's much more secure. Yeah. And if, let's say, we have heard this from many SDA providers saying, participants were getting keys out, or they can't get in. They need to give access to many people. So previously what used to happen is they have to go on site, give a key, or open the door for them. But now they can remotely open it if they have a door opener installed, of course, or electric striker is always there. So that's part of the requirement too.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was the first thing I saw today, was the QR code opening the door.
Yeah.
Which is, that's cool. That's really good. So, but in terms of, I know when you ran through the hardware at the SIL Summit, when you gave your presentation, I mean, it's literally something that goes in the PowerPoint panel, the GPO.
Yes.
Behind. You don't see anything. It's just easily installed in there.
Yeah. So we have a couple of products designed for that. It goes behind switches and PowerPoint. So like whatever switches are connected with, let's say, a dining light and a kitchen light. So we have two products. One is to turn on and off. One is to dim. and it's retrofit, as I mentioned. So yeah, and it's instant. The speed and the responsiveness, and the app is very simple. People say that, oh, we need fancier app, but what if you can't use it? We can make, we can hire a, UX designer, and if it's not that intuitive, then what is the use of it? We want you to use it every day. And that is how it is designed.
And it was very simple. Just a whole, bunch of buttons on the app, open blind, or, or front bedroom, left-hand blind, or something like that. And literally you just press the button and it opens. Press it and it closes. You can stop it halfway. So simple.
Yeah.
And just in an app that someone can have on their phone, on their iPad, whatever. So it's really simple, basic use for these that anybody can use.
Yeah, definitely.
Within reason. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have made mistakes in past where what we used to do is we just used to give them more products and they used to install, and electrician makes a mistake or some sort of wiring here and there, and then they call us, people don't understand. So we have improved quite a lot on our offerings in a way where we can, train them, we can show them what to do, we can support them. And it from the product company to it's a solution company where everything is, managed and helped through. We have right now one building going on, voice control system. Every apartment has it in the whole building. And yeah, it's again the same speed, lightning fast. That is what I say.
That is so cool. What I liked today when I visited this property, the owner, she said that they've put in infinite automation in all of their properties. She's got quite a few different SDA projects around Southeast Queensland. And she said, any issues, anything just not quite working, she's on the phone to you and it's sorted instantly. It's fixed. So obviously you have a very good, after sales service, you're always there to assist if anything goes wrong. But, I'm guessing things, once they're up and running, don't go wrong very often, or do they?
It don't. If it does, then we would be bankrupt. If you think of infinite automation, I think sometimes I think about it and I feel that why I got, into this kind of business where we don't come from automation background. We are technology, company where we don't know what we can't do. We don't understand in a way where we are not electricians, so we have to hire people to do things for us. So if Colin, you have already discussed with, so he mentioned that if you build a product, even though it is a little bit more expensive than you feel, just build the quality stuff. If you have a two-way traffic, it's not a business, it's a circus. You need to have products going one way. I'm not saying there is never an issue. There is always, something happening, but it's not that many failures. We make sure that product quality is up to the mark and it just works.
And that's right. And I think it was highlighted that these were very minor little issues that just needed literally a moment to be sorted, and bang, end of story. Everything's up and running and it's working smoothly and seamlessly, and very easy to do a handover to an SDA provider, to a SIL provider, and ultimately to the tenants so that they can also utilize the technology themselves. But I think the fact that, yes, it is fitted retrospectively, but it can be easily fitted at the end of construction quickly and cost effectively to be really valuable to somebody's SDA property if they want to get it tenanted quickly, because it is a definite value add.
It is. And what happens is when you look at from the point of view of how the process works is we don't enter the home until the home is ready pretty much. So what we do is we give them a wiring diagram of where we need what wire for intercom, Wi-Fi, security cameras and things. So once the home is ready, everything is finished. We send out the system, which is pre-configured, all ready to go, and they install it all up and running. Now, it's so generous I'm not sure if I'm allowed to take a name here, but so generous of her for, we can't fix it everything in a minute, but we try to support our customers as much as possible.
Sure. And installation-wise, is it just an electrician does it?
Yeah, electrician, and it's not any specific. I'm sure I can take, name of Rob Jacobs. He is awesome electrician in Brisbane. He has done many properties with us there. But any electrician can do it. We have done many of the projects in Brisbane, and there are many electricians have worked on our system. So if It's very simple. Like, literally, if you can figure out which wire is what, and if you just connect it, it will work.
And if you're an electrician and you don't know which wire is what, then there's a problem.
And that's true.
And of course, you are based in Melbourne, so, you do this everywhere in the country.
We do, yeah. And yeah, it's simple. Like it is scalable.
Yeah. So I guess, was there anything else you wanted to sort of touch on in terms of, I guess the technology that is really changing the SDA world? I mean, I know we've already just touched on that, but anything that we missed?
Yeah, I think choosing the right technology is very important as well. That is what I would recommend to any developer or builder or, anyone who is involved in SDA. That choose the right technology up front. Make sure you may pay $2,000-$3,000 more, but in a long run, it will be, much better, less grief. It will work, and simplistic point of view or, maintenance point of view, it's there.
One less thing for everybody involved to worry about, because that technology is helping out. So if someone bought an SDA property, be it still under construction or they've bought one that already exists, as you said, it can be retrofitted. So let's look at a standard high physical support, 3-bedroom, 3-tenant home. So 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, living space, OOA room. What would the standard cost be to retrospectively fit or infinite automation for that property?
So usually what we say is someone asks us that how much it will cost them if you consider everything, right? Like Wi-Fi.
So putting in everything, it can always be pared back, but if you go through everything, $15,000,
So that includes all the controls, access control system, internal communication, intercom system, Wi-Fi, cameras, lighting control, blinds control, everything.
Yeah.
Voice control.
It's not really that much,
voice
is it?
control. Yeah. Well, I can't say it is much or not, because we have a mixed feeling. And what happens is sometimes it depends on the focus and the strategy of the developers. Many times it is, people don't say anything about $40,000 technology, sometimes $5,000. It is very, very hard to sell.
Yeah. Look, I think that sort of wraps up everything I wanted to ask you today. If people did want to connect with you guys, that's the best way for them to do that.
They can, visit our website or email us at info@infiniteautomation.com.au, and we will be in touch with them.
Yeah. So you got your phone number up there, 0390692089.
I'm sure it is the same.
I'm reading it off your website, so there you go. I must be right.
That's correct. That will ring us for sure.
Yeah. So look, anyone who does have an SDA development underway or looking at ways to enhance the appeal and attractiveness of your SDA property, this is something I think that you really need to consider. And as Fenil just said, the top, to include everything, $15,000. And if you just want to add some basic automation, the basic level, I'm sure it's a much smaller price to pay. But to just have some, technology that is going to appeal to not only the participants, but also their carers, the teams looking after them, because it's going to make their life easier too. As you said, being able to control who can come in and access the house when, without having to be there on site, etc. So
it will save cost for them as well.
Yeah, that's right. It does reduce their costs. Totally. Absolutely. So, well, thank you for your time today, Fenil. It's been a pleasure. And as I just said, if anybody wants to reach out to Infinite Automation, we'll also put the contact details in this episode description. So please do reach out to Fenil and his team to find out more about how they could help you with your properties and projects. So thanks, Fenil. It's been great, and we'll see everyone next time.
Yeah, thank you very much, Debbie. I appreciate your time and inviting me further in the podcast.
Okay.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please make sure you are subscribed and following us so you can keep in the loop with all of our upcoming episodes. We would really appreciate it if you could leave us a 5-star rating, a written review, and to share this podcast with those that could benefit. Until next time, catch you on the next episode.